idea then for you. Right, so we do an SG1 revival. We get RDA, we get Sam. We maybe do that idea that we suggested about. I mentioned this on the video last night as well. We do that video about the. There's a sect of Goa'uld, like cult members, and they're trying to bring Anubis back. And that's the whole film is about us trying to stop them. Right? Would a film led by Richard Dean Anderson, Amanda Tappin, Michael Shanks, Christopher Judge, with a new team as well on the side. So it's led by the original SG1, but in that film, they basically hand the baton over to a new team. Would that, for one, do you think it would be successful at the cinema? Could it be successful at the cinema? And two, would that tick all of your boxes from a Gators point of view?
Yes, somewhat. I don't think that you can get Anubis back because he's on the higher plane of existence being fought by Omidasala. Unless they all ascend.
What did we say? We said like an ascended.
We said an Anubis magnet.
Yeah, an Anubis magnet. And then it splits them up while they're fighting from Asama, and that would release Asama.
I don't think you understand how Ascension works.
You don't understand how. Nobody understands Ascension works. Mike doesn't understand how Ascension works.
Touche.
Okay. But I don't think there's a magnet.
Very easy just to write some sort of magic ancient machine that can draw in ascended beings. That would be so piece of. They would just write that.
Well, I mean, they did it with the Aura, didn't they? There's a machine that can just kill ascended beings. Oh, how convenient.
Yeah. Well, I left it behind the sofa. I always leave it behind the sofa. The ascended being killing machine. And then the brainwashing machine.
No, actually, that could work. Because that kills ascended beings, and Anubis was half ascended. They kill the ancients. Omidasala is fully ascended. Ooh.
So now half of them is back.
And it just pulls his body, calls his being back into a body or something. An Anubis magnet.
No. Ignore the magnet. We're talking about the Ascender killer now.
I know, but then it would free him from battle. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Okay, use that one. Right. However they do it, and however they decide to do it, they will take up a perfectly logical way of doing that, and then they will think up some cinema way of doing it that will all go, what? Why did that work? But anyway, it doesn't matter. However they do it, they're trying to release Anubis. They're trying to get Anubis back. That's the point of the movie. And then, but it's the point of the old SG1 team and a new SG1 team. Mm-hmm. I could see that it's an SG1 team. So we see the program as it is now, and there's an SG1 team. But because of what's going on, they need the knowledge of the original SG1 team to come back. And it's a bit like I mentioned yesterday, Top Gun and Maverick. They need those people with the knowledge to come back and help the younger, inexperienced team who have never even fought the Goa'uld. Don't forget, they would never have fought the Goa'uld at that point. And I just think that would be a really cool. And I think it would be. But if you've never watched Stargate, you wouldn't have a freaking clue what was going on.
Yeah. And there's another thing. Maverick is an ensemble film. It's following Tom Cruise, one of the old guard. Would this film be following one of the old guard, or would it be following one of the new guard? And is the new guard a team of 4, or is it just like another Joe Flanagan, like a Shepherd situation, and we find the team along the way? I wouldn't mind if it was just one person, and like the new. But that's the thing. If the new guard's in there, or if the old guard's in there, and they're leading them to some big something, I think the only way to handle that is to kill off a bunch of them, honestly. And I don't want to kill off a bunch of SG1, but if it's an SG1 movie and you're introducing new SG1, that's a lot. Well, it immediately goes from 4 people to 8 people if you do another SG1 team. And that's a lot of money. That's a lot of actors.
Because of the way Stargate's worked historically, they've just moved up the ranks and now are in administration positions where you don't see them on screen as often.
But at this point,
ever at all again.
At this point, how are they going to go up? We haven't been with them for 15 years. They're all going to be generals. They're all going to be admirals. They're all going to be these freaking huge things. There's not going to be anywhere
No,
else
there
for them
wouldn't,
to go
Sam would be
necessarily.
a general. We know that.
Sam would
Hmm.
be a general, but she
RDA
might not necessarily be in Stargate Command. We'd hope she is. Jack is obviously now a retired general.
Could be a Jaffa somewhere leading the Jaffa, probably.
Yeah, and Daniel Jackson would be
Maybe the what? The
he's just left the
non-government
program.
leader of SGC or something. Yeah.
Civilian leader of the SGC. Maybe it's his idea that to bring. So whatever it was would have to be related to an episode in Stargate SG1. So it'd have to be a planet they'd been to, a mission they'd been on, something. It would have to be something specific that you have to bring them back. You know what I mean? Because they know how to get through. You know, this isn't what they do, but there's a maze. The story is a maze they have to get through, and only the original SG1 know how to get through it. And I'm not being literal there. I'm being, like, it's only SG1 know how to get from A to B on this job. So they have to bring them in to do it. And it could be Daniel, who's the civilian leader of the SG, who says knows. He says, we need Jack, and we need Sam, and we need Teal'c. You know, and that's right. And SG1, you're going to have to take them. But another problem is, though, isn't that a film we've seen a million times?
It's a film we've seen a million times, and if they don't kill people off, people are going to be pissed off at the end because it's going to feel like nothing happened.
It's Space Cowboys, isn't it, with Clint Eastwood? And think that's where I get this idea from. So I watched Space Cowboys about a month ago.
Great movie.
But, you got the young astronauts, and they need the older astronauts because they're the only ones who know how to do it. And boom. But that's not a bad thing because, I mean, virtually every film or series that's ever been made, you can go, well, it's very similar to something else that came before it. And so that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a tried and
the good thing about Stargate is if you do kill off every single character from before, they can still come back because they have the multiverse.
And they've got Daniel Jackson.
Yeah.
Has he died, was it 6 times?
Something like that.
I think we counted something like 6.